Well, we all know that reading is really important. Maybe we don't do it as often as we would like, but we know there are also many benefits to reading, right? And Garrett is back with us. Welcome back, Garrett.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Garrett, what was one of your favorite books as a child?
Ooh, the one that comes to mind is a series of books called The Hardy Boys.
Yes, I love those as well. Yeah,
they are
books.
great.
Yes.
And there's an accompanying one called the Nancy Drew Chronicles, I think. But the Hardy Boys were two brothers who went and solved mysteries. And there were, I don't know, maybe 100 different books, but they were always so exciting and made you want to keep reading page after page.
And that's especially important when you're a kid, right? Because you haven't read a lot maybe, and you want something that's going to make you want to read more. And so that's a perfect example.
I just wanted to keep reading, and it almost felt like a TV show.
Absolutely. Well, what about more recently, as an adult, what's been one of your favorite books?
Well, one of my answers, and I don't know if any of you have read this one, is called Dracula.
Oh.
It's a very old book, and a lot of the vampire stories come from Dracula. Now, I love this book because of how it's told. It's not a normal story. It's all told through letters that people are sending some of the characters between each other.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of depth to the different characters and stories. So I really enjoy that one.
Awesome. All right. Well, do you usually set specific reading goals, or you just read whenever you have time? What is your normal way of approaching reading?
Yeah, I think with most of the things that I want to do or I want to get better at, I do like to set goals, and I like to track what I'm doing. So for me, there's an app I love to use on my phone where I can write in whatever I'm reading at that point, and every year I can set a goal to say how many books I will read, to track what page I'm on, and to say which books I enjoyed. And that really encourages me to keep reading. Probably not as much as I wish I did, but it's very helpful.
At least it gives you something to shoot for, right? And you can track it, and you can look back and say, oh, I've done this or that. And so that's a great way. And maybe you're thinking of some goals that you should set for reading. Maybe it's just a few pages that you want to read every day or something like that. Or you want to think about, oh, how many books do I want to read in a year? But of course, as always, we remind you to start small, right?
Yes.
If you overshoot on that, you'll become really discouraged. We experience that at the beginning of each year, right? Where we set some goals, and then before we know it, we're not really following many of them because we've maybe set the bar too high.
Exactly.
And so that's something to keep in mind as well. We hope that you enjoy this article and that it kind of inspires you, encourages you to read a little bit more.